Hey ladies and gentlemen, Wolf Crier here, and welcome to Diablo 3 Basics. So, pretty much I came up with this concept because in the comment section of one of my most recent videos, I came to the realization that, you know what? There's some new people playing Diablo 3, and they might not have all of the basics down that some of us who have been playing for a long period of time and content creators take for granted when making our videos and our build guides and that sort of thing. So I decided to make a Diablo 3 Basics series explaining some of the basic things in the game to brand new players. Or maybe you'll get something out of this yourself even if you've been playing for a little while now. Alright, let's dive right in. The first episode of my Diablo 3 Basics series is going to deal with Kanai's Cube and everything you need to know about it. At the end of this video, I will show you exactly where to get Kanai's Cube. I will do a little run. I will timestamp that in the description below in case that's all you need and that sort of thing. So let's dive right into what Kanai's Cube can do. First off, it is a very, very useful item in the game, or resource, if you will, because when you're building your builds and stuff like that, you definitely want to be taking advantage of the cube slots, which add to your power. So you have a weapon slot, an armor slot, and a jewelry slot. And what happens is when you use the very first recipe in this cube, extract legendary power, you can take whatever the yellow attribute is on a piece of gear and add it to Kanai's Cube. And that way, you can switch out different pieces of gear in your cube to get that base effect all the time without wearing that piece of gear. So let's take a look at all of the recipes one by one, including the two hidden recipes that most of us already know about. Alright, recipe number 1, extract legendary power. So pretty much you just put in whichever piece of gear that you want. Oh, my ancient Parthon defenders. I want that each stunned enemy within 25 yards reduces your damage taken, but I don't want to wear these bracers. You just put them in your cube and it uses one of each bounty mats. Bounty mats are very useful when cubing stuff, and you get those from running bounties on various torments, each with a different set of rewards as far as these bounty mats go. You combine the legendary item with one of each bounty mat and 5 DBs, and you can use the handy dandy fill tool that they added to this and just hit transmute. Extracting a legendary power will consume the legendary item. Extract the power anyways? Yep. So now we take a look and boom, there they are, right there. So now I can cube those and it is now part of my build without wearing the bracers. So that's recipe number 1, guys. Alright, recipe number 2, reforge legendary. And this also uses bounty mats, 5 of each. This is probably one of the most important things that this cube can do when you're looking for that exceptional piece of gear. Now I'm still looking for a decent compass rose. Mine's good, but I want it to be ancient and still have similar stats. And the best way to do that is to roll a backup one. You put that in there, it uses 5 of each mats and 50 forgotten souls, which you get from extracting legendaries. We're going to transmute that and boom, it's a new piece of gear. I don't like that one. We're going to do it again. What do we get? Nothing. And third time's the charm? Never. But there we go. That is how to do it. I did not get anything that I wanted, but overall, I just wanted to do this video just to show you guys how to do this. Alright, so recipe number 3. Upgrade rare item. So this is a rare item. And this uses 25 DBs and 50 of the reusable parts, arcane dust, and veiled crystals, which you get throughout the world during your travels, and those are your materials that you use for most crafting. So let's say you definitely need one more piece of gear to finish out a build. The best way to do that is to craft a whole bunch of that type of item and upgrade it using your materials. So we'll fill that and we transmute it, and all of a sudden now it is a random legendary boot. This can be a legendary item or a set item. And next up we have convert set item. Now, one thing to remember when converting set items is this can never result in an ancient or a primal ancient. But let's say you have 5 pieces of set and you have a double, but you need that 6th piece. You can actually take whatever that piece was that is a double and try to re-roll it until you get, oh, there's the helm. That's the piece I needed. So there we go. Or you can keep re-rolling it. It does take 10 Forgotten Souls and 10 Death's Breaths. Now for the next recipe, we have remove level requirement. 1 equipable item and a rank 25 Gem of Ease, which is a legendary gem. Now the good thing about this is, let's say you want to level up a new guy and you want to get them leveled really quick, you can remove the level requirement of any piece of gear and stick it on your level 1 guy. Now for your next recipe, convert gems. Let's say you need some emeralds, but you don't have a ton of emeralds, but I have 9 flawless royal amethysts. You can take 9 of any gems and 1 essence corresponding to the gem type that you need and convert those gems into the new type. So for me, I want emeralds, so I'm going to take the 9 amethysts and the essence of emerald, and we're going to transmute that, and boom, I now have 9 flawless royal emeralds. Instead, that's very handy when you're trying to add augments to your gear and you need those 3 flawless royals for whatever type of gem that you want, and you don't have them. You can just convert the other types of gems, which is pretty cool. Now you get the essences from Squirt the Peddler. Miscellaneous, all of your essences are right here. That's where you buy those from. They are 500,000 gold a piece, but they are definitely needed for that recipe. Now for the next recipe, we have convert reusable parts. Now this is the thing that made me decide to do these videos. Most people don't know that, hey, I'm low on veiled crystals, but how do I get them? Well, you can take a yellow rare item and convert reusable parts, or convert arcane dust and create 100. You will use 100 arcane dust and you will use 1 death's breaths, and you will turn this into 100 veiled crystals instead. Same with the other ones. Let's say I want 100 of reusable parts and I want to use my veiled crystals for that. You go ahead and transmute that, and boom, 100 reusable parts. And the same can be done for all 3. These recipes 7, 8, and 9 are all used for this. So very, very useful when you're low on 1 mat and have a bunch of other mats. You just pick up the color item that you want the materials from, and you can convert arcane dust or veiled crystals into reusable parts, and vice versa with all of them, which is very, very cool. Now for the 10th recipe, that is Augment Ancient Item, Caldeson's Despair. On my shoulders here, I have a Caldeson's Despair, a rank 81 Caldeson's Despair, which gives me 405 dex, definitely increasing my DPS and survivability since I'm playing a monk. And what that takes is 1 ancient item, has to be an ancient or a primal ancient, and a legendary gem that you level up during GR pushes, and any 3 of the gems that you use, amethyst, emeralds, rubies, or topaz, and they will result in the corresponding stat added to your gear. So the higher up you level a legendary gem, the higher the dex or vitality or intelligence or strength that you can add to a ancient or primal ancient piece of gear. So that is the 10 listed recipes for Kanai's cube. But there are two secret recipes that, like I said, most of us already know about this, but there might be some new players who do not. First one are puzzle rings. Whenever you put a puzzle ring in here and transmute it, it will consume the puzzle ring but create a portal to the vault. And the vault is filled with all types of goblins and the boss greed. And the boss greed is actually where you get the Boon of the Hoarder. But there's the first goblin, so we'll just take all of his stuff. And the goblins do vary which goblins you get during these runs, but there's a blood goblin. And over here is going to be another goblin. This one's a gem hoarder. These are a great place to find gems because not only do the goblins drop them, but so do all of these things. All these cash piles, if you will. And the cool thing is the amount of gold that you get, very, very useful when empowering GRs. So we'll go ahead and pretty much just finish this up really quick. And there's greed. And if you kill greed, he drops a nice little chunk of gear and money. Bum, bum, bum. Probably one of the coolest things they added to this game. And it uses Kanai's cube and a puzzle ring to get here. And boom. Nice quick run. But yeah, that is definitely one way to get some gear. It's also the way to get a Boon of the Hoarder, which is a legendary gem. Now the other secret one is the Bovine Bardiche. When you transmute that, it will teleport you to the cow level. Now cow levels, when you're early Paragon, they can be really decent for XP because there is a massive amount of mobs here. And you can definitely get some drops here because it's got a ridiculous amount of chests. And these also come in handy at high levels because there are always 2 experience pools in these. So you can use those to definitely level yourself up and help out with the Paragon race and that sort of thing. So the Bovine Bardiches are also very, very useful. Alright guys, thank you very much for checking out this video. If you do like this video and you want me to create more of these Diablo 3 basics, please let me know in the comments. If you've got an idea for another Diablo 3 basics video, let me know that as well, because I want to keep creating this because it's all about community, guys. And the more people we can bring into this community, the better. So make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and you guys have a great day. Don't forget, right now I'm going to show you exactly where the Kanai's cube is kept. In Act 3, Ruins of Sescheron. You are going to go in there, and then you're going to find the Elder Sanctum. And the Kanai's cube can be found in the Elder Sanctum, and here's some gameplay for that. But like I said, guys, thank you very much for checking out this video, and you guys have a great night. Peace.